So, we've talked a lot about muscle power and how important it is, how it's emerging as one of the most important metrics for healthy aging and basically your risk of mortality. So we know being able to accelerate, decelerate, and basically move your body quickly with powerful acceleration is important. So how do we measure that? How do we measure muscle power? Well, there's lots of more complex athletic ways to do it, such as jump height, short distance sprint velocity, like a 30-meter sprint time that football players use in the combine. But an easy way anyone at any fitness level, even at the most beginner fitness level, can measure their muscle power at home is the sit-to-stand test. The sit-to-stand test is a simple metric of your muscle power where you're just getting up out of a chair and sitting back down as quickly as possible. With the idea being that someone who's able to speed up out of a chair, sit down without smashing into the chair, being able to decelerate those forces, and then turn that around and stand back up repeatedly with quickness is going to have more muscle power. The way to do this is really quite simple. I'm going to take you through it as an example right now. You're going to sit down, get a chair with no armrest. That's important. You don't want to be able to push off with your arms at all. We're measuring muscle power mostly in the legs and hips here, but that's a good metric for the whole body. So we're getting a chair with no armrests, and you're going to be sitting down in the chair with your arms crossed, hands on your shoulders. Again, we're trying to avoid any sort of pushing with the arms, any kind of momentum, anything like that. We're also going to make sure your feet stay planted. So these aren't like rocker get-ups or rocker jumps where we're lifting our feet and getting impact there. Your feet are staying planted, and it's your leg's job to lower you down to the chair and stand back up quickly and safely. So all you need is a chair, no armrests, and you need a timer. You can use a kitchen timer. You can even ask your Alexa to set a timer for 30 seconds. And our score is how many times can we stand up out of the chair in 30 seconds. So I'm going to go through this here. I have a timer on my watch. I'm going to stand right in front of the chair with my feet parallel. I'm going to set my timer for 30 seconds, and we're going to see what my score is. All right, here goes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, there's my timer. So, by that count, I got a score of 19. Sitting all the way down, standing up 19 times in 30 seconds. And I'm a little winded, but it's not too tough. Even for someone who has fairly limited physical capacity, most of us are able to get up and out of a chair, or we'd have trouble going to the bathroom when we do that. If this is something where you're limited, let's say you have a really hard time getting up out of the chair because of injury or just physical limitations without your arms, you might want to hold off on this test. Keep doing your strength training, keep building your strength in your legs, your ankles, your hips, and work up to the point where you can get out of the chair hands-free. And then as long as you can do that even a couple of times in a 30-second span, you have a score to work with that you can then work on improving. And the higher this score goes, the better your chances of having a really long, healthy, low mortality health span.